Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to start my next reading vlog for week 3, which is August 13th through the 19th, I believe. Anyway, yes, Cooper. I've just got home from getting a coffee because it's Sunday and I'm allowed to do that. And then I just did the dishes. I did some recycling. So I did some stuff around the house. I don't know if I'm going to do much else today. It's Sunday and I don't have a whole lot of motivation. I will have to do the laundry still, but that'll be later after the dishwasher is done. So I'm just gonna my last videos were so long. I'm gonna try to be shorter this week. I also feel like I'm slowing down my reading. I read so much last week that I feel like this week might be less. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm currently reading Hounded, or rereading this by Kevin Hearne. This is the first book in the Iron Druid series. So I finally have all the copies for the novels. I don't have all the extra short stories and stuff, which I'll have to still look to see about getting those. But at this point, I have the whole series on hand, and I've been meaning to reread this. I read it first in, I think, 2015. And I thought I had reread it, but I can't find record of it, which seems really weird to me. But anyway, if I didn't read it since then, it's been 8 years. I read it in August of 2015. So I've decided that I want to reread this, which I'm about little over 100 pages in, so I'm about a third of the way through. And then I hope to finish this out. Well, maybe not today. Hopefully today. I mean, you'd like to think so. 180 pages would be nice, but we'll see what happens. This is following Atticus, who is an Iron Druid, or is a Druid who is over 2100 years old, and he has many enemies with the Fae due to some things that happened with a sword back in the Iron Age. Anyway, so we're beyond that, and they're out to get him, and this is they're finally found him after many years, and so he has troubles anyway. And then there's other things that are getting involved. This world has vampires, werewolves, witches, the Fae, as I said, and other creatures which are getting introduced here and there. So this has been really fun. I forgot how much I like the character. I love Oberon, which is his wolfhound. Just a great dog, and he gets to talk to him, so it's an animal companion. So if you're looking for a book with an animal companion, this is one. So far, so good on my reread, since I don't remember. I remember snippets of this. This actually is one I remember. That's why I thought I reread it. Anyway, but I remember quite a bit of it. Not the details, but the characters. So I'm waiting to see how that goes. So, and then I'm listening on audio. Oh, I didn't load this up, sorry. Is Death Beside the Seaside by T.E. Kinsey, which is the number 6 of the Lady Hardcastle mysteries. So I'm listening to this on audio, really, really enjoying it. I always like Lady Hardcastle and Flo. They're just so much fun. Their banter is the best part. And this one takes place in 1910, and they're on the seaside, and they go there for a vacation, and then of course somebody goes missing, so then they are drafted to kind of help out, and it is escalating quite quickly now with other things going on. So I am enjoying that, so I'm continuing that series as well. So I'm definitely in a series mood, which is kind of a normal thing for me. So those are the 2 books that I am currently reading. So then I thought I'd do a little unboxing, because I got one book in the mail, and then I got two books that I bought from Amazon. As I said, I was on a book buying binge yesterday. And then these ones I bought on Friday, when I thought I was being really good. I was only going to buy 2 books, and I just felt like it. And then I went crazy on Saturday. Anyway, one of the books I bought earlier this month was Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley, biography. So I have read this before. I think I have the audio, and it's really, really good. But I wanted a physical copy on my shelf, so I got this used copy. It's just the only damage is it's a little bent here at the corner, but overall it was a really good price for what I paid for it from Amazon Marketplace. So anyway, I'm glad I got my own copy of that. And again, it's one I've read, but I hadn't got a copy, and I think I read that 2 years ago. So I might read, that's one of the biographies I want to reread in the future. So this one, so I also picked up Bewitched by Laura Thalassa, which is the book 1 in the Bewitched series. This is the series that is in the same world as the Bargainer series, from what I understand. And I just know it has to do with witches. I don't actually know anything else, and I'm not going to look at it because I haven't read the last book of the Bargainer series yet. And I bought this because it was really cheap one day down Friday, and I just was like, oh, forget it, we'll just buy it. So not a good reason. And another start of a series. But I bought it. Anyway, so I bought that. Because again, I thought I was doing so well because I'd read so many books in a row off my shelf. And then we'll do the last one. I bought one of those HP Sprocket printers. So I bought some of the little ones that could be smaller ones. So I'm going to try that out. I'm going to do my book journal differently this next year. And I might play with those to actually get the book covers with, and maybe write reviews for myself and I don't know, what I haven't decided. I'm still playing with that. And the other book I got was The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. So this one I've heard so much about. It's a weird fantasy, and I know it has to do with some people are traveling to somewhere, and they're shepherding, two warriors are shepherding an ancient god across a broken land to end the tyrannical reign of a royal family in this standalone epic fantasy. So I have not yet read The Vanished Birds. I almost tried to pick it up yesterday, but my brain was like, I'm not into a standalone right now. I had to read a series book. But I've been hearing so many things about this, about it being weird fantasy, and I'm all for that. That's like a buzzword for me, that if there's weird, it's not the same kind of thing. So it's a really pretty book. And I might have paid a little bit more than I should have for it, but I still got it discounted, but not a lot. But anyway, I do want to read this too, but I really should read The Vanished Birds, his other book first. So, which is more a sci-fi book, which I will. It's sitting next to me. So next time I feel like that, we'll see what happens. So anyway, that is my really long intro to this week. I don't expect, I don't know. Today, I don't feel like I'm going to read a whole lot. If I get, through this, that'd be really nice. But, I'm not going to force that. And Lady Hardcastle, I'm about, I might be 30% of the way through now after this morning, but, cause I listened to it to go get coffee and back. Might be not quite that much. So that one I figure I'm going to read, in the car, during the week. And we'll see if I have a day at work where I can listen to it, I'll probably listen to it because I really enjoy it. And I have so many other audiobooks I could listen to. I still have more Lady Hardcastles, and I have a lot of other series on audio that I want to get to. So that is my up-to start. I just cannot do this short. Anyway, well, again, we're gonna try to be a little bit more concise because this week I don't have anything planned. I'm not going anywhere. It's just work. So there should be, well, who knows what'll happen. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so it's 5:30 and I just finished Hounded by Kevin Hearn. So I'm really glad I reread this. I remembered, as I said, I remembered a lot of the characters, but I didn't really remember the plot. And I don't know if I actually did reread this. Maybe I'm thinking of another book because, as I said, I didn't remember any of the plot. Very, very vaguely. But anyway, I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad I got back into this, and I'm excited to continue on, not right away. Like I have a couple of short stories that I need to read before I read the next book that take place before this book actually takes place. So they're kind of prequels. So I'm going to read those two. Sorry. And one of them is like 18 pages and the other one I think is about the same. I don't remember what the second one is, but anyway, they're not very long. They're small. They're not short stories. So I probably will pick them up sometime this week between books, but I'm really glad I read this, and I'm hoping to pick up the second book, which is Hexed, maybe later this week or next week. So this is definitely a series I have arbitrarily decided I really want to read. quickly. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure how far I'll get before I, as I said, I don't want to read back to back right now. So we'll see what happens. I definitely want to make really good progress this year on it. If I don't finish it by the end of the year, I want to be at least halfway through the series. So I'm hoping to read 5 books, at least find the five main books and then all the novellas around it. And there's a lot of them. So that might be all I get to, but we'll see. As I said, my goal is 5 of the novels with all the, and there's at least 5 or 6 novellas or short stories around it during those books. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. Anyway, but I really, really enjoyed that. Again, it's a great urban fantasy, I think. The world building in here is really cool. I like the twists on some things with the shifters and with the Fae in here, his take on it, and the druid, things that he does and what he can or can't do. I think it's interesting, and the setup for the next book of the characters that are continuing on from here. I'm really, and Oberon is just the cutest dog. Like, I just love him. And I know as I said, I know he's the big factor in the whole series, so I love him. Anyway, so that said, I don't know what I want to read next. I have another urban fantasy that I could pick up, The Salt Black Tree, but I also don't want to pick up another urban fantasy right after reading this one. So, but I don't feel like picking up any of the books I've already started. And I don't know what I want to read. So we're just going to spin, and I might just take a break for dinner. I mean, it's 5:30, it's a little early. I'll have to put the laundry away. Maybe I'll do that and maybe think about what I want to read. But let's see if this is an option. Because if I don't like this, then that's fine. I won't read any of this stuff. But, we'll see what we get. Oh, and I'm hungry. Oh gosh, self-destruct. I don't want to do a self-destruct right now. We're not doing that. We're going to do it again. Sorry. I'm not doing self-destruct. No. I keep getting the same ones. No. I want a new one. Oh God, try chapter ones. Okay, this one I might do. So it's try a chapter. Oh, it's urban fantasy or paranormal. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I feel like. I feel like I want to continue another series that I'm already started. I don't really want to start another new series. I mean, I'm going to start a lot of series. I keep starting stuff. So maybe I'll just think about this. The wheel isn't helping me today. And it could just be because it's Sunday and it's, getting 100-degree weather here and I really dislike it. And I have to put the laundry away. And, oh, I forgot. Amazon delivered outside my door. I better go get the book. Okay, so I realized that I didn't have Fated Blades by Ilona Andrews, which is in their Kingsman series. It's kind of an odd shaped book. I think I bought it on an ebook. I'm sure I have it there. But anyway, I have the Kingsman universe bind up of 2 short stories and I think a novella. Anyway, and then this is supposed to come afterwards. And I don't know anything about this, but it's Ilona Andrews, and I just realized I didn't have it. And this was part of my starting of my book buying yesterday. So anyway, I got it. So, yeah. Anyway, I think it's more sci-fi on this one of Ilona Andrews. But I don't know, because I haven't read this one yet. So at some point, I'll get to this. We'll see. Anyway, so that's kind of my update on that. I still don't know what I'm going to read. Let me think about it. And I had to start the dryer again because the towels were still wet. So I need to run a little bit longer before I can put the laundry away. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay, last update for Sunday night. I did. I mean, I kind of knew I was going to. The Salt Black Tree by Lilith St. Croix. So this is book 2 in the Death God's Heart. I know it's another urban fantasy, but it finishes a duology, and I did just get this week, and I meant to pick it up when I got it, but again, I was reading other things, and other things called to me. So anyway, yeah, I didn't read a lot. I've only read like 25 pages. I was very distracted. Dinner didn't go well. I had one plan, and the meat that I had planned for that was spoiled somehow. I don't know if it was opened when I got it and I just didn't notice it, but that didn't work out. Anyway, so that worked. So I had salad. That wasn't very good. I didn't like it, and I'm too hot to care. I'm melting, and I'm ready to go to bed. It's closing in on 10. So I'm probably gonna go upstairs and turn on the AC and sleep up there. Anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to say I did start another book, but I didn't get very far, which is fine. Yeah, whatever. It's hot. It's hot. Anyway, as I said, I think it was either 100 or close to 100 today, and then tomorrow is the hottest day tomorrow. And then the next 2 days are still pretty warm before we drop back into the 90s. And then hopefully back lower, because I don't want to be in that. Anyway, so again, I have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get progress in the Salt Black Tree, and also Death Beside the Seaside. I want to get through those. So anyway, that's the update. Try that again. Are you ready for bed? Yeah? Is Truman ready for bed? Yes, is he ready? Is he ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here. It's like not 100 degrees in my house, but when I went to my car, it was 108 in my car until it cooled off a little bit. It was really annoying. Anyway, let's see if I can get this to turn. There we go. So I finished my audiobook today at work. This is still Monday. Did I say that? No. So it's Monday afternoon after work, which is why I look like this. Anyway, Death Beside the Seaside by T.E. Kinsley. So I read this really fast. I had a lot of time today at work to do projects and things that I didn't have to. I could listen to audiobooks as I was working on the computer. So, and then I didn't have as many deliveries today, so it was a little slow, but I tried to do other stuff, but anyway, this is number 6 in the Lady Hardcastle series, so I really enjoyed this one. I'm definitely feeling that I have to at least leave a little bit more time between these now, because I'm not a huge cozy mystery reader, but Lady Hardcastle and Flo, I'm able to buy into their stories more because they were ex-spies. So they have some expertise, and they've had adventurous lives. So I kind of believe it when they do certain things, which a lot of cozies, it's just somebody, poking their noses in places they shouldn't. These people are like, they know what they're doing, kind of poking their nose, even they're still doing it. Anyway, but I really like this one. They go for a vacation at the seaside, and they want to do all these things with the seaside, and then people start disappearing around them and stuff. So it was at their hotel, and they are asked to look into it. And so I really enjoyed this one. This was a good one. It was narrated by Elizabeth Nolden, I think, who has done all of them, and I've really enjoyed her narration. So again, Lady Hardcastle and Flo are just some of my favorite characters now, because their banter is just phenomenal. And the audiobook is really good, the narrator does. She does a really great job of portraying them. So I really enjoy that. So I haven't yet picked up physically the Salt Black Tree, but I will tonight. I just haven't picked that up. But I did start another audiobook, and I kind of looked at my stuff, and yes, I picked up another urban fantasy. I shouldn't have done that, but I did anyway. And I picked up Wolf Song by T.J. Klune. So it says, I'm so confused on this copy. I thought that this was out, but it's a different size from the one I got for book 2, because I pre-ordered it thinking I would read this and then know if I wanted the pre-order. And then I didn't get to read this in time, because I've been wanting to read it, I just haven't made time for it. And, but I think my book this one is taller than the other one I got. So I don't know why that is. Anyway, I'm not positive. Anyway, I thought anyway, I don't know. Point is that this is an urban fantasy following Ox, who is, we see him as a kid growing up in Green Creek, and it's kind of showing how he is, you know, him growing up and the things in his family, and then him meeting some of his neighbors and some of the people who are in his life. And so far, I just adore Ox. And I don't know what I was expecting with this, but it definitely is a DJ clone. Like, I could totally feel it. I know that, you know, things are coming there. There's some scary things, or not scary things. There's some bad things that happened in some of their past, but I'm really excited to see how this goes. I'm not sure. I'm only 115 pages in, so it's quite a long haul because it's like 560. So as I said, I'm not super far in. So, but I did pretty good with the last couple hours at work and then with the drive home. So anyway, so that's it. So that's where what will probably be my audiobook for at least a couple of days, because that's a pretty long audiobook. And I'm enjoying it. I forgot about who the narrator is. I'll have to look that up. I don't remember. But so anyway, right now I am trying to cool off with the fan. Ugh. But I might end up retreating to my bedroom where the air conditioner is. It's only 80s down here right now, but I'm sure that's going to rise anytime. So I'm going to try to read some of the Salt Black Tree and try to get some of that done, but we'll see. I might just, chill out for a little bit because it has been a day. I mean, it's too hot. It's too hot. Anyway, that's it. Are you being weird, sleeping with my shoes? Cooper? Yeah? You're a dork. I found him sleeping on my shoes. That's just weird. He's a cat. He's weird. Okay, hopefully you can hear me over the fan. It is so hot here. Again, it's a little bit less than yesterday, but just a couple degrees. I am dying. I just got home and changed, and we're not gonna worry about that. But I do have some book mail, so I thought I would show that. I got my Patreon book from Katie Robert, Cruel Seduction. This is the one that came out this last week. So I have not bought this one. This is book 5 in the Dark Olympus series. So this one has 4 people who are all messed up together. So this should be really, really messy. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, point is that I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably going to read this in the next couple weeks because I usually read her stuff pretty soon. There's a lot of little cards and stuff. I can't show you all of them because some of them are not, I don't want to put them on. A lot of them are not, they show a lot. Anyway, point is, and then she gave some little stickers and stuff. And then I do have a book plate to put in my book. What I never do. I always have those, but I don't put them in. Anyway, so I got those. That's for being part of her Patreon. So I do enjoy getting the books from her. Even when I've accidentally bought them ahead of time somewhere else. This time I didn't. This time I only have 1 copy. So anyway, and then I did get 2 of the books that I bought for the London Steampunk series that I want to get back to. I got The Tarnished Knight and The Clockwork Menace. So I've read The Tarnished Knight many, many years ago. As I said, I think I talked about that in my last vlog, and I have a couple of the books coming from Thrift Books, but I have not got a shipping notice yet. So, and I bought them on Saturday, so I'm kind of sad because I can't start that series or restart the series or reread the books that I've read. Because I've read 2 novels and the 1 novella. And there's 7 books total with, 5 books and 2 novellas. And I want to reread it because it's steampunk vampire stuff. Anyway, point is, I got those, so those came in. So, yeah. So, not all my books are here yet from Saturday's buying, but I got some of them. So anyway, that's what I got right now. I didn't read at all last night. So today I've been reading The Salt Black Tree. I didn't listen to an audiobook today. I was just too tired. So I didn't pick up Wolfsong at all. But I am into the Salt Black Tree. So I am making progress on this, but I'm not going to finish anything today. So Tuesday is wash on that. So maybe tomorrow I'll finish that book. We'll see. I'm as I said, with the heat, I remember now that I don't read as much when it's really hot. I just never do. I didn't when I lived in California, and when, you know, and now I don't. when it sometimes happens here, I feel the same way. I just don't feel like it. So anyway, that's kind of it. I'm just gonna relax here today in front of the fan and hopefully don't melt. I did figure out that Cooper was laying in the hallway because it's slightly cooler there because I had the fans running upstairs to get it cooled off for bedtime. I hadn't turned on the AC yet, but after I found him there, I went up and turned the AC on to be ready for bed, and he was there the rest of the night too. So he likes that spot on my shoes. All of a sudden, that's new. So hey, whatever's cooler, whatever works for poor kitties. So anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you later. You sleep in weird places, kitty. Hey guys, so sorry the fan is running, but it's too hot and I'm not turning it off. It is Wednesday night at about 8:30, and I finished the Salt Black Tree by Lola St. Croix, the second book in the Dead God's Heart duology. So this was a really great urban fantasy with a lot of mythology, kind of more Russian, a little bit, or Eastern European, with Baba Yaga and like themes of that and of seasons and stuff. And I really enjoyed this duology. The first book, Spring's Arcana, I read a couple months ago, and then this book just came out last week. So I'm reading my pre-order right away, which is good for me. But I wanted to read it because I didn't want to wait any longer well, first of all, this is my pre-orders. I'm trying to read most of my pre-orders in this year, which I'm still doing okay with it. I still have 2 of them I need to read that I've gotten, and I have one that I'm partially into. Or is it 2? I don't remember now. I have a couple more I need to read. Anyway, but this one I really wanted to get to soon, because the last one ended in a way that I'm like, what is going to happen next? And that's the one thing about Lola St. Croix on her urban fantasies, is I never know where she's going to go. She always surprises me. I think this one I kind of knew how it would have to end, like from things that happen in here, but not in a bad way. Just I was kind of excited to see how she wrapped it up, and I really did enjoy the way that this went. Again, a couple of surprises of where this went. This is definitely a road trip, a duology, because we're following Nat, who is kind of thrown into a situation where her mother is dying, and she is sent on this task to go get some things for her, and she learns stuff about her mother that she didn't know, and she and her mother have a very bad relationship, and again, her mother is dying. So there's a lot of stuff going on here with that. And then again, there's all this myth and creatures and things that happen here. And then there's just this road trip kind of feeling to this, because she is forced to go with this man who is known as kind of the King of Thieves kind of thing. I don't think that's his title. It's something with thieves. No, but anyway, or God of Thieves. I don't know, something like that. It has to do with thieves. But this was so interesting the way that this went. I think in a lot of ways, I liked the way it went, or liked it a lot, like as in, this was a very much a 4-star duology. I do want to reread it at some point, because I know I missed things, because I was like, wait, what? And because she would just put a sentence or 2 on something, and then he would just make you think about, wait, what? But she wouldn't go into, I wanted more details on things. So this could have been a longer series. I think these could have been, maybe there would have been a trilogy would have been good, but I also think the duology is perfect for the layout of the actual plot. Like, just, I wanted it longer for the mythology and the urban fantasy feels in here that I enjoyed, so I wanted more of that. But the plot, I think the duology was perfect. I hope that makes sense, because I really did enjoy this. I don't think this is perfect. I don't think this is going to be for everyone, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I read them. Again, I did not mean to get hardbacks in these, because they came out on the same day as a paperback, and the bookstore that I bought the first one in bought me a hardback, and so I was surprised, but I still paid for it because, you know. And then this one She thought she ordered it wrong, but it's what I wanted. It doesn't matter. So I have the duology in hardback, but that's unusual for me. I mean, again, I bought more hardbacks in the last year than I ever have. Anyway, but these are accidental. Anyway, so they are paperback right now, so you could get them that way if you want to read this or try to get through your library. I really thought if you like urban fantasy and want a short series by Lola St. Croix, I think this is a good one. I don't think it's perfect, and I don't know if everybody's going to like it, but if you like mythology and just a kind of a twist on a road trip, I really enjoyed this. It was really fun. And I'm glad as I said, I'm glad I read these both this year that they came out, and I read them fairly close to when I got them. This one, again, I did really well because I only got this last week. So I'm done with that, but I'm not out of my urban fantasy mood. So I think what I'm going to do tonight, again, I said I have just about a little over an hour left. I'm going to try to read this print off of, it's supposed to be the first little short story about the Iron Druid series by Kevin Hearne. This came out the year before Hounded came out, which is book 1, which I read earlier. So this one I read last. Did I read that last week or earlier this week? I don't even remember what my reread. Anyway, so I've never read any of the short stories that go along with it, and as I said, I want to continue the series. So this is called Clan Kethkeller. I don't know how you say that. Anyway, you can get this free downloaded from Goodreads. I just clicked on the link that was on there and let you print it out. So it's like 18 pages. So I'm going to try to get that done. I don't know if I'll get it all done tonight. It just matters because it's really hot and I'm getting tired, and we'll see. And then but after I finish this one, then I'll also read another short story called, was it Caleb Unbounded or something? And I don't remember now. Actually, Unchained? I don't remember. There's another short story that's in the series that is supposed to come a couple months before, like this one's, I think 6 months before. Yeah, 6 months before Hounded. So I don't know what that's about. And I think this one is like, it's 2 months before. I got the Kindle version that has this one and also 3.5 in the series. So I'll be able to read that short story later. But this one is only, the first one is only 17 pages. So I have 2 really short things that I'm going to read. And then tomorrow, I don't know. I think I'm going to pick up Hexed, which is book 2 in the Iron Druid series, but I might need a break after reading these 2 short stories. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I feel. I still feel like urban fantasy though, so I really am tempted to just pick up the next the next book, so Hexed. So we'll see. I will let you know once I'm a little farther into this, or after I finished these. I'll probably wait till I'm done with both of them before I update, which will probably be tomorrow. And luckily, again, as I said, tomorrow will be not as hot. I'm looking forward to 92 or 93 or whatever it's supposed to be, because it's like 10 degrees cooler than it is now, and I'm so hot. I don't miss the heat. I hate it. Anyway, so that's it for now. Hey guys, so it is Thursday afternoon, and it was a hard day at work today because our internet went out for about 2.5 hours. Kind of boring after that. Anyway, but earlier, last night, I finished the short story Clan Rathskeller. I don't know why last night I could not say that word, but anyway, so this is 0.5, I think, in the series for the Iron Druid series by Kevin Hearne. So this was just a quick little kind of snapshot of what Atticus's life was like before everything that happened in book 1. He's still in the same area. This takes place, I guess, 10 months. I don't know what, last night I could not read or say anything right. 10 months before Hounded, the first book. And then I read, is it Kaibub or something? Unbounded? Kaibub? I don't know. Or something like that. I don't know how you say that word. which I had on Kindle. I have a bind up of 2 of the short stories. The other short story comes after the 3rd book, Hammered. So that'll wait until we get to that point. So so this one I read last night before bed, which I actually thought, again, it was just a kind of a snapshot of him going to the mall and seeing just before, I think this is, yeah, so it was right before Christmas time, and it was kind of funny because they see the elves helping Santa, and then they realize they're not elves, but they're gnomes who are dressed up as elves. So it's kind of funny. And then this was a really quick one. This is really a short story that there's no point to read this unless you're going to read the whole series, just because it was just a fun little snippet of his life. And seeing Oberon, was one of the best parts of that. And, again, that's the dog, the Irish Wolfhound, which I love him. Anyway, so it was just fine. The second one that I read this morning, and through lunch, I guess. I forgot. I started it on my break and then I finished it at lunchtime, which is when the internet went out. So, but this one was more adventurous because they go, and it was kind of alluded to in Hounded, but not a whole lot. But they did talk about they went to a national park and something happened. And so this is kind of what dealing with some witches at the national park, and it was really a cool story to see more of his druid side, of his connecting with nature, and how he talked to nature or communicated somewhat with it. Really enjoyed that one for a short story. Both of them were about 17-18 pages, so they were both very short. Not my favorite kind of things to read, but that's how it is. So anyway, that's those 2 things. I read 2 more things. And I also started Hexed, which is book 2 in the Iron Druid series. So I did not realize I read Hounded earlier this week. I was thinking, that was last week, right? And then last night I was confused. I think I was just confused. The heat just got to me and I just couldn't mentally figure out when that was. But I finished, I think, that book on Sunday or Monday. So that was this week. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to read book 2 now. I've never, I hadn't read this. So I'm just under 100 pages in. Again, the internet was out. Anyway, so I'm going to use that as my excuse. So this one is, Atticus has a lot of things going on in the aftermath of what happened with Hounded. We're about 3 weeks later, and, people are starting to come to the area due to the things that happened in the first book, and he is required to do a lot of stuff. So I do like this a lot so far. So again, I'm just probably about a third of the way through it. So I'm going to continue on with this. I probably won't finish it till tomorrow, so you probably won't see me until then. But that's my update with my Iron Druid reading, which I didn't realize I was reading so close to when I read the other book. But that's fine. I wanted to get ahead on this series, get into it, since I have almost all of it. Not all the ebooks yet. I haven't bought those yet. I still need to buy several, but not yet. I don't need them yet. So not until I get to that point. So anyway, that's it. That's my update. It is cooler today. It's only 92. Still not fun. And then I saw that the weather is going to kind of go up and down between 80s and then 90s for the next week. I don't like it. Anyway, that's my wine. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is now Friday at 5 o'clock at night. I just got home. It was a really long, boring day. I think a lot of people took time off on Friday because a lot of my emails went unanswered. I sat there waiting for stuff. I did stop for a coffee. I'm bad, I know. I'm trying to cut back. I've cut back, but not not enough yet. So we're working on that. That's a work in progress. Anyway, but I'm home, and I was gonna just play on my computer just a tad bit before I go sit on the couch. Just because I did finish Hexed, which is, again, book 2 in the Iron Druid series. So, again, I didn't realize how close I read this to book 1, but, oh well, that's fine. Or reread book 1. So, this one has a lot to do with witches and a few other weird and different things. I really enjoyed this. I read most of it, as I said, yesterday, and today I read the last 100 pages. So, I really am enjoying this series. I really like the main characters. Again, we're following Atticus, who is a druid who is, you know, thousands of years old, a couple thousand years old. And it's him, you know, dealing with a lot of things with gods and other, you know, other creatures and stuff. I really like the world building in this. I think it's really fun. There's a lot of good humor in here. There's a lot of action as well. For an urban fantasy, this has all the things that I like. So I don't read as many urban fantasies written by men as I do women. So it's always nice when I can find one that I enjoy that I don't find. This one, there is some certain things you can tell it's a guy who's writing it, but he's really pretty good about not describing women by some of their assets. I mean, he does talk about what they look like and stuff, and if he's attracted to them or not, but it's not the same as sometimes you feel in some of the other ones. I think he does it really well. I'm not having any bad reactions to it, but I really liked this book. I really enjoyed it. So I did finish that. So book 2 is done of that. And then I did go on to read a little bit of Wolfsong. I've listened to the audio that I have that's done. Again, this is by, this is the first book in the Green Creek series by TJ Klune. I've never read this one, but I got this, a couple months ago and I just hadn't read it. And as I said, I pre-ordered the second book, so that was a bad, well, I should have read this book before I did that. But anyway, the point is that I like some of the TJ Klune that I've read. Again, some of his more popular things, so I'm trying to read some of his other series, and so Wolfsong is the first one in this series. So I started it earlier this week. I'm pretty sure I did that. That was this vlog. Anyway, so I had read 115 pages that day. Today I got to about 175. So I'm a little farther in. This is not a book I want to read all the time. It's written really fast and easy. I mean, even on audio, it's pretty fast. It's just, I think it'd be a really fast read physically too. There's a lot of emotions with this book, which I'm really kind of surprised about, that I was laughing so hard at this one part because the main character Ox lives in this small town, and he is, it's his kind of growing up there, and then, he meets the Bennett family that lives next door, and he works, later when he's a little older, he works for this man named Gordo who has a mechanic shop. So he's not, like, his life is kind of ordinary except for the people around him, which is really cute. Anyway, I just love Ox, and it's as I said, it's kind of a coming of age story, and then relationships with people around him, and it's really cute so far. Things, I mean, there have been bad things that, I mean, some a little adventure here and there, and some action that happened that I was a little shocked about one of them, and then luckily it went in a good way for me. I was kind of worried, and then there's this, I laughed so hard during this one chapter that I was like, okay, I need to put this down for a little bit, because it was just, I was at work. I shouldn't have been reading something that I was laughing so much at. So anyway, as I said, I'm gonna keep continuing reading this. I hope to read some of it this weekend. But probably not a lot, but, you know, as I said, I'll be working my way through it. It's pretty long, as I said, it's over 500 pages, so I'll just be trudging it. But then, so in the afternoon, I was working, and I was like, I don't have anything else. I didn't bring any other books with me to work, and I go, well, there's other audiobooks I could have listened to. But I started Hammered, which is book 3. I got the Libby, the ebook, so that I started reading that. Anyway, so I'm about 50 pages in already, and I'm enjoying this. I mean, again, I am reading them back to back almost. Yeah, pretty much. So, but what happens in this book, things that are going to happen in this book I knew were coming. So I really want to read this one close to that one due to the fact that so many things are related to that book. So book 3 in the Iron Druid series, and so far I'm really enjoying them. This one has to do more with Norse mythology and still some, you know, the other kind of creatures and things, and things are not going Atticus's way. Let's just put it that way. So again, as I said, I love him and his dog Oberon, and so I'm just excited to see what happens, although I'm sure this is going to be pretty action heavy due to, I mean, what already has been, and then the adventure that they're going on in this one. So as I said, this has been a really good urban fantasy series so far, so I'm hoping to finish this one tomorrow. This is a tad longer than the other books. I think this one is, 315 or so pages. And when this one's like, I think it was like 295 or something. So not too much difference. But anyway, so I'm going to continue on with the series, even though I didn't mean to. But I was a little bored. Anyway, that's fine. It's Friday. So anyway, that's the end of this one. So that's my update for today. I mean, I'm not going to finish this today. Just no way. But tomorrow, hopefully. And then I don't know what I'm going to pick next. It'll depend how I feel about this series, if I feel like I need to pick up the next one, or if I'll take a break and read something else. I do kind of want to go back and read some of the ones that I started this month that I haven't finished yet. I mean, I did read a little bit of Wolfsong. That audiobook is done by Kurt Graves, which is really well done. I didn't say that, so I am enjoying that too. So anyway, but I'm going to go and read this now. After a little bit here, I just have to do 1 or 2 things on my computer here and then be done. And then I'll play more on it tomorrow stuff. But right now, I just want to finish that. So anyway, I'm continuing my Iron Druid reading. Shopping complete. So it is Saturday morning. Oh, well, it's technically like 3 minutes to noon. So I've been grocery shopping, and then I went and got a coffee. And now I'm debating about cooking for lunch, or if I'm just going to make a hamburger or something else easy. We'll see. I did want to mention, I did read something different this morning. Between all that, I did Write It All Down by Kathy Renzenbrink. It's How to Put Your Life on the Page. So this is one of the writing books that I bought this year. I actually pre-ordered this book in paperback because I'd heard about it when it was in hardback, and then I pre-ordered the paperback. So I started it a couple months ago, and I haven't got back to it. So I did read about 50 pages, well, maybe a little less. No, almost 50 pages of this this morning. So this is really a quick, light writing book. Mostly, she's talking from the perspective of memoirs, but I wanted to get this anyway just because I'm trying to get back into my writing, which I'm not doing a good job of. But I thought that this would help to motivate, and it does. It's very quick and easy writing. It's not too dense. There's actually a lot of space and some little pictures. I think it's a cute book. I think it also gets across the getting across what she's talking about. So I read the first part. I'd read the introduction a couple months ago, and then I just read part 1, preparations. That's what I read this morning. So it's just talking about, you know, things you have to deal with getting your butt into the seat and to write. And as I said, I've tabbed a couple of things that I liked what she said. So so far so good. I'm not going to read this straight through. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll read a little bit more of it. I don't know if I'll get this done this month, but I'm going to try because I have one more writing book I want to read. And then again, I want to start writing. But I just feel I'm in that mode where I'm thinking about it, but I'm not doing anything yet. And I thought I better read some of my writing books, at least to do that until I'm ready. So anyway, I did read that. So beyond that, what I'm going to read this afternoon, since yes, it's afternoon, is I'm going to read Hammered. And so I still have, I got to 135 pages last night. I didn't read a whole lot last night. I watched a lot of BookTube. and I just, and then, it's the bad thing that happens every month for some of us women anyway happened, so it's, all of us mostly. Anyway, the point is that I'm in a little pain right now, but so that's probably why I'm not sure what I want to do. Anyway, but I'm going to try to work on this and see if I can get this done before I finish the vlog, because I'm going to finish the vlog probably around dinner time, because it takes forever for it to, for the video to load and then to upload it to YouTube. So anyway, I'm hoping to get this done, but I do have 180 pages left, so we'll see. I might not get this done. I don't know. I'm kind of in a distracted mood. I just took a half-hour nap, so I'm a little out of it. Anyway, it is much cooler today, which is nice, but of course it's supposed to be hot again tomorrow, so it's gonna suck. But anyway, so I'm going to continue on, and we will see what happens. I just wanted to give you an update because I did read part of a book that I'm probably not going to read again today, but maybe tomorrow. Yes, aren't you cute, Truman? Cooper's over there. Okay, guys, it's about 5:30. I did just finish Hammered by Kevin Hearn. So, I really enjoyed this one. It's not my favorite of the 3 that I've read, but there's so many things that happen in here. I mean, there were so many things that happened in book 2 that led to what happened in here, and then this is half action scene, this book. I think it was really interesting, because again, we're following Atticus, and there are things to do with the gods, a lot of Norse mythology and a lot of other ones that they talk about, but there's like an assault on Asgard. So anyway, it was interesting, and the way it ended, I'm like, what? And it was kind of sad in some things, and I'm like, well, but so of course I want to read the next book, but not right now. I read too many of these back to back, or close. I've read 3 this week. I reread Hounded, and I read Hexed, and I read the 2 short stories, and then Hammered. Not in that order. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this week was a good reading week overall. I think I read not quite 1,700 pages, so that's pretty good, I think. I mean, I thought about that. I haven't been saying how much I've read, but I did read 5 novels. Well, I finished 5. I'd started Hounded. I did 5, 6? I don't know what I read. I read quite a bit, because I finished Hounded, read Death Beside the Sea, The Salt Black Tree, the 2 short stories, Hexed, and then Hammered. And I made some progress on Wolfsong and some on my Write It All Down. So I think I did pretty good this week. Not what I expected to read at all, even though I was in an urban fantasy mood. I knew I was. And almost everything I read was urban fantasy except for Death Beside the Sea, the seaside. So I think I did pretty well. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to read next. As I said, it's like 5:30. I have decided not to make enchiladas tonight. I will do that tomorrow. Just don't feel like cooking. I just don't want to do that. Anyway, it's not as hot today. As I said, it's pretty nice so far in here, although I'll probably turn the fan on here pretty soon. So I don't know what I'm going to read next. No idea. I'm kind of thinking I want to try to read Mortal Follies again, because I started that, week before last, and I was at 124 pages, and I just was not enjoying it as much as I wanted to, but something interesting did happen right before that point, and I just haven't picked it up since. So I might try to read this or something else. I'm in the weirdest mood that I don't know what I want to read. I want to keep starting a series, which is the problem. And we're going to try not to do that. So I would really like to read a book I've already started, or to read a book, maybe a standalone. I don't know if that's going to happen because my mood is very series oriented. You know, and if I don't get on with Mortal Follies, I might read more of the writing book, write it all down. So I might come back to this because this was really light reading, and I do want to read this so I can read the other writing book as well, and then maybe I'll feel like writing. We'll see. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It's about, I'm just still talking. Anyway, so let me know what you guys are reading, or if you read the Iron Druid series and how you liked it or not. Let me know. I mean, I'm already into it and I have all the books, and I just need to buy some of the ebooks, which I haven't bought yet. So I will continue on. I'm not going to read, there is a short story that comes after Hammered that I own that was in the same collection with one of the other ones, and I need a break. So I'm not going to read that tonight. So that's why I'm closing the vlog out now, because I will read that before I read the next novel, which I don't know what it is. Is that Tricked? I don't remember which one's next. Actually, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so that's it. I will see you guys later. Bye.